Hey, good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a fine Tuesday. I am I'm here to bring you some open source office hours. I'm Jay Faulkner, um, and let's get started. Today on the open source office hours, obviously, as always, if you're here, you're watching and live, and you have a question, we can we can absolutely talk about that. We can answer it. You got code you want to review, you want to pair up. That's what we do during the office hours. But in lieu of all that, I do have my own items here I'm going to be working on. Primarily node sharding. So to recap, if this is your first time joining us for node sharding, essentially we're adding a field to nodes that you can filter by, which can be used by external tools such as Nova or by networking bare metal to bifurcate the nodes into smaller groups. And this is sort of to help in general with this impedance mismatch we have in Ironic, where Ironic, sort of a lot of the work done by Ironic is done directly by the nodes that are being provisioned. So Ironic can scale pretty high, but many of the other OpenStack tools are designed specifically to be used with hypervisors, and so many of those things they don't sort of scale as well as Ironic does, and this is just sort of by design. They don't have to, but so what we're going to do is we're going to try to make it so that you can cut Ironic up into those little bite-sized pieces that Nova and networking bare metal can handle better. It realistically it all boils down to it all boils down to how quickly you can return all of those objects. That's really the question there is can you get all these nodes returned through our API fast enough? And the answer is no for very large sets. So instead of being very large sets, we're doing the work to make them smaller sets. So let's get started on it. First thing I'm going to do is this is already kind of working. So the first thing I need to do is pull up the pull request because I definitely have comments on there that need to be addressed. And then I also have some to-dos in the code. I do already have the code up here in my IDE ready to go. So let's go find it. This is the first patch. This is the Debian object layer. And this is the API layer. Okay. Okay, so I just need to mark these as resolved. These were already done, but I haven't marked them as resolved. Oh, we got a Pep8 angry. What's that? 7962 in test node. Yeah, I'm right here. I should be able to make it happy. Oh, it needs to be like old 7962. Oh, okay. I already fixed that. Yeah. It's just not pushed up yet. This is the to-do here. So it says the spec calls for a list of possible shards to be submitted to pulling a list. So that's what we got to do here. Make this work where we can request multiple shards and it works. And 2 is going to be actually being able to query ports by shard. We'll have to implement that as well, but that's going to be a new one. And we also got, she wants to see that mock update node is actually called. So I think that's what she was asking for, but let's make sure that these tests still pass. We'll just run all a test node. It's not that big. So I'll point out, I believe today's the last day you have to submit a talk to the Open Infra Summit. Oh, we got a fail. Update node was not called. Okay, so let's see. That should be happy. I just wrote the test in reverse. Let's see what we got. I keep waiting for this laptop to just lift up right off my desk. Alright, frameworks. Their things spin up pretty loud though, but I guess that's you ask any any laptop to work this hard, it's probably gonna complain this bad. Alright. All passed. That's happy. Good stuff. Okay, so we got that one's done. Want to put a similar section into test RBAC project scope. And she was also saying for system scope, template it out. Yeah. I know how to do templates. I don't know. Drawing is a valid thing to do. It's just, I don't always like, I think it's one of those things that like has a value, and to repeat something once is maybe better than that, but like, quite frankly, I don't care that much. Like, if someone has a strong enough feeling about it to put it in a PR feedback, I mean, I don't want to argue with them. I don't really care. I mean, I don't want to say I don't care, but like, you pick your battles, right? And this is just, I really, either way is perfectly fine with me. So why wouldn't I just do whatever someone else wants if they care badly enough to want it done that way? What is this in? I think it's going to be this. Come on. Is that the right one? Alright, well, it's certainly running some stuff. Huzzah! Okay, so now let's add these projects scoped as requested. Um, Alright, let's try owner reader headers. Alright. I honestly don't know if I picked the correct headers for this or not, but I think the quickest way to get there will be to test it. So, let's go. Let's see if it's going to go or not. Okay, so what do we have fail? 3 of them failed. Juliet asked Alfred to help me with this earlier, and instead of just stumbling around, I figured I'd ask for help. But let's see if there's anything else I can suss out here that might be worth trying. Okay, so I need to use owner node ident here. See if that at least makes one of them pass now. Come on, work. Well, I know that all 3 of them aren't going to pass, I don't think, but... Failed. Only 2. Which 2? So, get shards failed. And set shard failed. go for the owner reader headers. Maybe that's the trick. Oh, geez, that's not what I want to do. What's the key combination? Yeah, we go. That's the key combination to do that. Okay. It's always nice to figure out a new trick. I'll also say it's been really nice using a capture card to do these, because I don't have to worry about crazy screen capture stuff on Linux anymore. It's pretty nice. All right, let's see. Where did we get? Who failed? Who succeeded? 2 failed still. So get shards through a 500 instead of a 200. I wonder. No, because I wanted on it here. Reader headers can get it. So owner admins cannot set this. That seems correct to me. Hey, Jacob, how's it going? Trying to figure out these YAML tests here. It's, I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm pretty sure that there may not be anyone from the project scope who's able to write this. So I think I can probably just get rid of this test. Get rid of this one right here. It's, well, hold on. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to get rid of this one, not the one that's got that. Can't quite figure out why this test is not passing. Oh, crap. I didn't mean to hit that. I'm kind of struggling with it here. It's a decent little system, but it's tough. I mean, I guess you'll have to tackle this too at some point, right? Because aren't you going to have to do these ACL tests for all the inspector stuff? For this one, I'm getting a 500 when I'm expecting a 200. Let's see. I'll get when this latest run finishes. I'll let you see it. 2 failed. I forgot to update this. This is just a typo. So mismatch error 200 is not equal 400 or 500. So this is getting a 500 error and not a 200. But it's really suspicious because I don't think 500 appears in here. Well, maybe it does. Reader. Owner reader cannot get that, cannot get that, cannot get that. Can't. So 500 is what you get when it doesn't work. So like, is this not? I guess not. Oh, man. That's interesting because I guess it might be right that an owner reader can't see shards. The policy is in the patch that's already up right now. I'll put it in chat if you want to. Well, I would put it in chat. I'm on a different keyboard. Let's see. I can probably still make this work. If you want to look it up, it is... I think that should be a good link. But all that code's already there. I'm just working on tests. This is all PR feedback stuff. But I think it's right. Like, I think the problem is that I was expecting incorrect behavior because it makes sense that you can't see V1 shards as someone who's not system scoped. You have to be system scoped to see that stuff. Just like an owner can't set it. So I actually think this is correct. The only question I have is whether or not I need to specifically demonstrate that shards are there for these users. But I don't see too many examples of those tests like that because I'm not my own endpoint. Like node history is its own endpoint. I don't think we have a way to say make sure you have those fields here. Yeah, that is in RBAC system scope YAML. This is RBAC policy scope. Oh, you mean system admin? Yeah, that's what I was saying is like the problem the entire time was not that the test was failing. It was that my expectations were wrong. I hadn't really thought about policy that closely on this, and it makes a lot of sense that you can't because like shards are a system scoped thing. If you're a project, you shouldn't be able to go look at all the system shards necessarily. I mean, someone can modify policy to do that, of course. I could see an argument for something that available, but it's also a full count of nodes, which is secret info for some people too. So I think this is fine. I think I'm happy with these tests. Let's see. So now, all right, let's get a commit. Now I have to do one other thing here. We've got this. I have to make this test pass. So basically, in this patch, we have all the API stuff hooked up. But what we're missing is the ability to filter by multiple shards. Because you're supposed to be able to specify a list of shards to be able to fetch them. That's not supported right now, which is why this test is commented out. So I got to go figure out how to do that. And I honestly just don't know. But I'm assuming once we get into the API code, we'll see it and we'll figure it out. So no big deal. Just got to look in the node controller. That's only like the simplest of all of the things to have to check, right? Let's see. Okay, so here's where the filters are applied. Shard is in here, which makes the single work. So we end up with filters, shard. If fields, object field, required object fields. So that, hard field, yeah, that's for fields. Filters equal filter. Okay. what are we calling here exactly? If node.list. So is there a def list in here? There is. If fields, get node list. Oh, so really this is so here's the list from get node list. Yeah, that's the one I want. Oh. Oh. Is this all it takes? So I wonder if I follow the existing stuff, then it looks like this would be something like... Oh no, there's really a non-zero chance that this is just absolute crap, but we'll see. Alright, that's failing. Let's see how it failed. Bad request. Oh, there's no S, it's just shard in. That's probably why it failed. Pass! I need you to pass! Unexpected argument, shard in. So that's not quite right. I'm clearly looking at something wrong here. Okay, so that, let's see. Chronic DB API.py. Oh, that's actually in the API pie. There's somewhere that needs to go that it's not at right now. Maybe that's it. the node controller, perhaps. There's something in here. I feel like there has to be a list somewhere of ones that accept in. But maybe not. None of the underscore in stuff is here. So where is this blowing up at when I do shard in? This literally looks like if I did shard in, it should work. Everything I've seen says that if I do that, it should work. Oh, is that the problem? If I do that, does it work? I'm a little perplexed here. I don't know where it's blowing up. I'm struggling with this a little bit. I might be able to figure it out. So it's dying in validate. What is this in? Yeah, args.validate. guess it maybe could happen there, although that seems wrong. All right. I'm gonna close up my office hours a little bit early. I'm pretty lost on where this API stuff goes. I'm gonna try to get some help, and that's a little bit easier to do offline. Thanks for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. As always, a thank you over to I always like to say a thank you to my employer G Research, who lets me work on open source software all the time and lets me share it with y'all. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you on Thursday.